Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and this is leg 2 of the Airport Alphabet Challenge, the Airspace Alphabet Challenge. I don't have a name for this yet, but I think I'm going to try to do this more because it's a fun challenge to find these airports. So the progression that we're doing is Golf, Echo, Delta, Charlie, Bravo. They're in ascending order, the various airport airspaces. So we started in a uncontrolled Gulf airport all the way out here, and it's what is this called? It's like Riverside, Lake Riverside Private Airport, little soft field private airport. And then we took the Cub all the way up to Flaybob, which is a Class Echo uncontrolled airspace or airport, and we did a nice easy Delta transition through the Riverside Delta. So now we're loaded up in the Cessna 152. So we're moving up in airspace, and we're going to move up in airplane as well. This is a little bit more substantial of a plane than the Cub, which this is not. This is a little toy as well, but it's a little bit more airplane than the Cub. So Flaybob is the airport we're at right now. It is a disaster scenery in Microsoft Flight Sim. So we're gonna kind of taxi with the blinders on and pretend like we're not seeing what we're seeing. We're also hoping to not have the steps in the runway take out our landing gear. So this next leg here is going from Flaybob. We're going to transition the Riverside Delta, and then we're going to go to Long Beach, which is out here. And what makes this a little bit trickier than a typical going into a Delta flight where you just call them 10 miles out and be done is we've got a number of different airspaces to look out for. Nothing that is too complicated. We just have to mainly keep an eye on our altitudes because we are going to be VFR going into the Delta. I didn't want to call up SoCal because that's going to be basically what we're doing on the next flight. So this one we're gonna get the transition through Riverside. We're gonna keep it below 2,700. And then we're going to fly basically on this line. I mean, this is exactly where we're going to want to go. Fly over Fullerton, which is at a 2,500 foot altitude. So we're probably going to be at 2,700. Just creep up over that, and then call Long Beach essentially over Fullerton and descend into their airspace. So that is the plan. Again, it says an Echo, a Class Echo uncontrolled airport to a Class Delta airport. Don't be confused by the cluster F of SoCal airspace. It's really, once you break it down like this, it's not that bad. And this is why I do not like the flyway charts, because you can do the same stuff that those flyway charts are doing for you, but just in a lot more scenarios that fit your actual flight specifically. And you should be able to do this anyway. You should be able to look at the airspace here and and know exactly what airspace you need to avoid and how to do that. So that's why, like, I maybe looked at the flyway charts one time in SoCal, but we've got a great little freeway here. If you're flying over it for navigation purposes. If you have to drive it, it is just hell. That's the 91 freeway, and you can see it right here. I guess you can't see my fingers. There's a freeway right there. Anyway, I'm gonna basically follow the 91. It's gonna keep us out of John Wayne's Charlie. It's gonna keep us out of the TFR, and then if we're at the correct altitude, we will be above Fullerton, and then it'll take us right into Long Beach. So that is really easy. Once you've identified that is the best way to do it, it makes it super easy. So Riverside, we've got Riverside Tower loaded up in the comm from the last flight, and should make that pretty easy. So let's go into the plane, and we'll cold and dark this thing. Make sure the parking brake is set. Yep. Does using ForeFlight in the sim mess up any settings or logs when you use it for normal flying? It adds a bunch of flights that I'm like, I don't remember doing this flight, but I was like, oh yeah, that's a flight sim flight. Other than that, then no, it doesn't. Okay, so are you on? What's up, Red? Good luck with the Los Alamitos. We'll rock our wings, man. We'll rock our wings over you. Okay, so let's do get the mixture in, and then we'll prime. We'll give it 3 pumps. Can't remember if that is 3 or 4. The battery's on. We'll get the beacon on as well, and we will look out and say clear prop and get this thing started up. What? Oh, did I think that was me. I was pretending like it was an actual key, like a spring-loaded key, and I let go too quickly. Or maybe I did not. Whoa. 6.5 hours in a 152. That's not good. We have a very easy fix for this. Did I flood it? I could have flooded it. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just curious as to what it's doing more than anything. Huh. That's odd. All right. Well, start. Yeah, what the hell did I do? Somebody tell me what I did wrong there. Maybe I did flood it, prime it too much. Pull that back. Okay, and then we're going to get avionics coming on. Taxi lights turn on the actual avionics, which is super fun little quirk there. And it actually reset our radios. That's kind of cool. All right, Unicom for Flaybob is 22.8. So 22.8 is there. And then 21.0 is Riverside. We just did that. That's an easy one to remember. There's 21.0. And that's going to be a pretty quick call out because Flaybob is very quiet at the moment. So that is that, and we're gonna climb to 2,500 feet, and that'll keep us clear of what I was just thinking is that'll keep us clear from sin and protect us from all anxiety as we wait in joyful hope for SoCal approach. Okay. Anyway, Flaybob traffic. Actually, you know what? I gotta reset to Charlie 152 on PilotEdge. There we go. No, the art. Yeah, I don't have it.
Become alarmed, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight.
I do not use the AHRs on PilotEdge or on ForeFlight. Flaybob. Oh, that's a little bit off. Why are we at a 5th decimal here?
Yeah, Mike, Canada thing.
It actually doesn't transmit any differently, but just want to make sure that is zeroed out and our transponder is on. Okay, now Flaybob traffic. Cessna 204 Lima Echo, taxi runway 24, departing to the west. Flaybob. All right, a little funky start, funkier than I was anticipating being. We're gonna get rid of ForeFlight again. Let me know. I will let you guys kind of tell me if you want ForeFlight up or not. I'll put it up when I think it's a good idea, but if you want to see it more or less, just let me know. Okay, So untowered, we obviously have Class Echo airspace that we're in right now, and yeah. So weather minimums aside, it's uncontrolled, so we don't legally need to say anything, but we of course are, because if somebody is coming into Flaybob on PilotEdge and in real life, we want to make sure that we're safe and we let them know where we are for our protection as well, so someone doesn't come in here trying to practice tailwind landings without knowing that we're taking off. So that's the plan. Climb to 2,500 feet. We'll get our Riverside transition as quickly as we can, and then stay above the 91 at 2,500 feet until we're clear of the Ontario Charlie, then climb to 2,600 feet probably, and go right over Fullerton. Yeah, I hope they do fix the towers, but who knows. Flaybob traffic, Cessna 204 Lima Echo, departing runway 24, straight out Flaybob. Actually, I take that back. Left crosswind departure Flaybob. Alright, let's get our lights. Camera. Mixture is in.
Approaching runway 24.
And I'm actually going to make this a short field because I want to get this thing up as quickly as possible. Because you'll see here. I don't know if we're gonna make it in time, but there is like a huge jump right there. I would like to get this thing off the ground before then. So wish me luck. Here we go. Uncontrolled to Delta. Let's see if this is max power. Should be max power. Okay. Everything is green. Let's go. Everything is still green. Maintain center line. Airspeed is alive. Get a little bit of that left rudder action on takeoff roll. And... oh! Okay. We made it. We made it. Whew. Flaybob traffic, Skyhawk Cessna 204 Lima Echo, left crosswind departure, last call, Flaybob. Riverside Tower, good evening. Cessna 204 Lima Echo, just off of Flaybob, request transition to the west.
November 24 Lima Echo, Riverside Tower, approved as requested.
Delta transition approved. Cessna 204 Lima Echo. Thanks. Yeah, that was really close. And we were just having this conversation in the Discord about rudder action in the sim, and I needed a lot of left rudder on that takeoff roll, which is why I was like so far off the side, because I had full left not full left rudder, but I was like left rudder on that takeoff. It's silly. Must be the glow. If you were departing at a 45 degree, would you say straight out or left crosswind? I mean, you could see it's kind of a 45, but I'm saying crosswind. I mean, straight out is going to be runway heading, basically, you know.
Track it northwestbound until the interchange of the 101, then turn westbound. Runway 8 cleared for takeoff.
So right now I'm looking for the 91 freeway, which comes right over my wing there. So I'm going to intercept that and then climb to 2,500 and follow that until we get to Fullerton.
Charlie Foxtrot, Foxtrot, India, November, St. Louis Tower. Make left traffic, advise midfield downwind each pass, runway 29 for takeoff.
Okay, we're almost directly over Riverside now for our transition. That looks very pretty.
Clear for takeoff. Foxtrot, 8 November.
There is Riverside. So we're in their airspace right now, and we just want to transition it and make sure that that's okay. Their delta goes up to 2,700 feet, but I don't want to go that high because that is also the same height as the Charlie airspace of Ontario. So I don't want to hit that airspace. I can't hit that airspace, but I can get a delta transition, and then we're good to go. And actually, if I stay over the 91, I won't ever get into the Charlie of Ontario. If you can see, it is just north of the 91.
Parking, ready to taxi to runway 19 via
Let's get this thing trimmed out.
Information Whiskey.
Number 79201, Monte Ground, runway 19 taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Trim.
Taxi via Alpha Bravo to runway 201.
And then do we have lights in this thing? Can we get some lights on? Cabin heat. Does this actually have panel lights on?
Tango Lindbergh Tower, taxi or parking via Bravo, pass to the Cat 11.
Thanks, parking via Bravo.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't even have lights. Is that possible? Panel lights?
November 232 Zulu radar contact, Canucks Hotel departure, good day.
Doesn't look like we have panel lights.
Contact Sarko, this is 232 bye-bye.
Oh, we got light up here.
Las Vegas clearance, Delta 621 Heavy, IFR Portland.
So there's 25. So even if we're on the north side of the 91, we're going to be out of the Charlie airspace, which is totally fine.
Las Vegas clearance, clear the airport.
Yeah, our a la carte lighting options.
Squawk 45.
It's okay.
6405.
Some peanuts. I could use a beverage cart, actually.
Delta 621 Heavy is clear to the Portland Airport, Shed 1, departure OAL transition, Columbia City, Squawk 6405.
We don't need no stinking radios.
Number 2833 Delta, connect Joshua departure, good day.
126.1.
All right, we're out of his airspace. So I'm just going to flip over to
Joshua departure, 30 Delta, 3,000 monitor climbing, northbound.
2155. So we're just going to monitor ground here. Or guard, what did I say? Ground. We're going to monitor ground. This is extremely useful up in the air. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over to COM 2 and we're back from another random little stream disconnect, so I apologize for that. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but we are back. So I don't know where I left it off, but I've got in Long Beach's ATIS ready to go, and I'm going to monitor that probably once we get through the valley, and be ready to go on be ready to go for the tower, because we're checking into a delta. We're looking at about 10 miles out, and we're going to need the ATIS and our location essentially for that check-in. We're going to be kind of dodging airspace to some degree a little bit, but not too bad. I just came south. We're now directly over the city of Corona, and I want to be at 2,700. That's the money altitude right there. So 2,700. As long as I stay at that altitude, we should be good to go. Yeah, Nate, so I kept telling PilotEdge I was clear of their airspace like you do IRL, and they told me not to. So you don't have to do that IRL. Once you're clear of that airspace, you can change your frequency. The only difference with PilotEdge and the real world is that they're not going to tell you that they don't want you to do that. Because they're not that busy relative to PilotEdge controllers. So if you tell your local Delta controller you're clear of their airspace, your VFR, and you just got a departure out of the airspace, and you say, hey, we're clear, they know you're clear. They know that you're leaving. So they don't really care for an update. They don't need an update. You can tell them and they'll just say, Roger, cool, thanks, okay, have a good flight, see ya. Like, they'll say something, they're not going to correct you. PilotEdge, because it's a training network, number one, the individual controller is busier on PilotEdge than the Delta controller is in real life, more than likely. So that's one major factor. The other factor is that it's a training network, so they're going to tell you, like, hey, yeah, you don't need to do that. You can just, you could just switch frequencies, dude. It's totally fine. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, and if they're really busy, if they got a bunch of, they might say something, but there have been a number of things that have come up in discussions based on PilotEdge interactions, and it really comes down to, a lot of the time, a real-world controller is just not going to nitpick you on certain things that may be incorrect, whereas PilotEdge is kind of designed to do that. How many times have you heard Cessna November 123 Alpha Bravo in real life? Guys say that all the time. In PilotEdge, they'll tell you, they're like, hey, dude, you're not, just pick one or the other. The real world, they'll just, they might roll their eyes, but they're not going to correct you necessarily. And that's happened a number of times with, the discussion of what to do when you exit the runway after you've landed. There's been a few other things that have come up recently where,
Red Bull boys, we're going full rip.
What's up, York? So, there's things like that where the real-world controller is just going to let it go, or say, not make a snarky comment, like, and also with you, because it's not really doing any harm. It's not right, but it's not doing any harm. So that's kind of what I imagine the clear of airspace at a Delta call is, because it's not hurting anybody. It's not necessary, but it's not hurting anybody until you do it when it's really, really busy. Mick Ham, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for following. Yeah, adds to frequency congestion. Yep. Yeah, so if it's just you, hey, Riverside, thank you so much for the help. We'll be back a little bit. We're going to lunch down at down at Shoreview. Do you want us to bring you back any cookies or anything? Like, we say that all the time, like with Tower, if it's not that busy, like, hey, we're going to Catalina, you want us to bring back any cookies? But yeah, if it's super busy and they've got a bunch of arrivals coming in, they've got 4 planes in the pattern, there's a helicopter circling, and a medevac is coming in, like, yeah, just switch over and leave them alone. But that's a great question and a great topic. All right, let's see if Long Beach Tower is here.
Altimeter
Or ATIS.
Arriving and departing runways 26 left, 26 right, 30. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information golf. Long Beach Airport, ATIS information golf. 0053 Zulu. Wind 290 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 28. Dew point 13. Altimeter 298 take. Arriving and departing runways 26 left, 26 right, 30. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignment and hold short instructions.
Yeah, I apologize for the stream. It's something I don't know what it's not happy at, but it seems like at the same time it drops the stream at the same time. I don't understand what it's doing. It's definitely got to be the possum. Okay, we're coming up to Fullerton-ish. So now I'm going to get the tower ready to go for Long Beach, 19.4. 19.4. Now I can't remember what the parking is called at Long Beach. I don't remember. 19.4.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Jay Grizzly, thank you so much for 6 months in advance. Wow. Thank you so much, dude. Grizzly, I appreciate that, man. Cheers. You stuck with me for half a year, dude. Hopefully it'll be worth it. I hope so. Okay, so we are plodding along here, staying north of the 91. Everything just is all north of the 91. And don't think they did this on purpose, or didn't do this on purpose. The TFR is at the 91. The Charlie is at the 91. They really try to make it easy if you're flying without a GPS or ForeFlight to navigate around this stuff. So as long as we're at the correct altitude for the Bravo above us, we'll be good to go. And Fullerton below as well, which is 2,500 feet. So as long as we're above 2,500 feet for the Fullerton Delta, we will be fine. Which is really cool. It makes it exceptionally easy. And Fullerton is a great reporting point as well. And at this altitude, we could pretty much go straight towards Fullerton, and we're out of everyone's way. We're out of John Wayne approach planes. They're going to be up at 3,000, 3,500, so we're kind of close, but yeah. That's all south of LA proper, I think. Yeah, this is Orange County. This would be considered Orange County here. Not this would. That's a weird way to put it. This would be considered Orange County. This is Orange County. Yeah, the county line is it's like out over there somewhere. So we're a good deal south of LA. But yeah, this is, I don't know, it's like trying to load in all of SoCal right now, so it's skipping a little bit. This is this is the 5791 interchange right here. So if you go down the 57, which goes straight up your screen there, that you'll run into the Honda Center and Angel Stadium, which you can kind of see both of those little blobs. So you got the Honda Center is the big blob on the left, and then the Angel Stadium is the big blob to the right of the triangular shaped blob. And then this is the town that we live in right here. That's Orange. And then Disneyland is right there. So yeah, we are in the heart of Orange County. Man, this is like, the frames are like terrible right now. And then Fullerton, yeah, once this thing gets loaded in, we should be good to go. There's Fullerton right over our nose. Bird Girl, we cannot go to Disneyland because we are not on with SoCal, and that is within the TFR. All right, let's switch over to to Long Beach. Man, yeah, it's like I usually load up in this area, so everything's already all loaded in, and this thing has just been struggling to get loaded up. I wonder. Yeah, it looks like it's a network.
Integrated Tower, November 54829er. Do you want?
Yeah, it's trying to stream in all of that.
329 a second.
Do you like me to transfer to the ground frequency? Taxi.
329 negative. You can remain in this frequency. Safe parking.
Just going to transient parking.
Number 829, turn right on Alpha Cross, runway 20, taxi to parking, pass to the Cat 4.
Thank you.
Long Beach Tower, good evening. Cessna 204 Lima Echo, 2,700, 10 miles to the east, information Gulf, landing full stop.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Long Beach Tower, make straight in, runway 26 right, advise a 2-mile final.
I'd like to request 26 left if possible, Cessna 204 Lima Echo.
For Lima Echo, anything's possible in Disneyland. Make straight in, runway 26 left, report 2-mile final.
26 left, straight in, we'll call you 2 miles out, Cessna 204 Lima Echo. Thank you.
Fullerton Tower, 172 Echo Victor, clear.
There's a great livery pack with all of the liveries. I mean, it's just different colors of the same livery, essentially. There's Fullerton. Yeah, this looks so great. Yeah, that's it. This is my hood.
Santa Maria Tower, good evening.
That is my hood.
1076 at North Hangars with Kilo, requesting
So cool.
taxi for a northeast departure for Cat 5 Ranger.
Can you just drop a livery pack in community folder? Yeah, you just drop it into the community folder. Yep. Pretty easy. Is that some marine layer? It does look like some marine layer. So we'll keep it up over Losal and then drop it in. we might have to go into this cloud here. Oh my god. Yeah, Queen Mary is there. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have to go straight through this freaking cloud. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, it's not even a cloud. That's just straight up fog. How is the weather looking at Long Beach?
Alpha Tower, Cessna 7
actuality.
reporting downwind for...
Yeah, it says skies are clear. I call it BS, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that is actually the airport right there. So it might be all right. Might be all right. But just like just all right.
in a Santa Maria for taxi again.
Santa Maria ground, this is Warrior 1076.
Yeah, we are going into LBC, so it could be Snoop Dogg. Could be Snoop Dogg, even though Snoop Dogg does not live in Long Beach.
Taxi via Alpha.
He's hanging out
Runway
in Long
20,
Beach
taxi
right
by
now.
Alpha 1076, Quebec.
Las Vegas Tower, Delta 621 Heavy is short one right.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Delta 621 Heavy, Las Vegas Tower, runway 1 right, cleared for take.
Yeah, I see 26 left.
Delta 621 Heavy.
We're back tower, November 908 Hotel, clear runway 18 at Delta.
November 9081 Hotel, taxi to parking via Bravo, pass for the caddy.
So even though this airspace is very complicated and it's surrounded by, you know, butts up against almost 3 other airports, 3 other deltas, with Charlies and Bravos. I mean, it's a confusing airspace. It can be very confusing, but it's treated no differently than any other delta. You just have to pay attention a little bit more as to when you can descend, where you need to be laterally, and you know, it's just a call 10 miles out,
Lindbergh Tower, report
and that's it.
Remote report over Mount Soledad, Cessna 7 Kilo Charlie.
Yeah, we're good on this.
We're
We're good on the fog.
10 miles to the east with
Big Sur, in the sim I have, not in real life yet, but I will be.
Santa Barbara Tower, enter straight in, runway 25, clear to land.
I mean, Drift Fox, get whatever one you can afford. Yeah, 4-flight is amazing. Long Beach Tower, Cessna 204, Lima Echo, about 2 miles out, 26 left.
November 4, Lima Echo, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Clear land, 26 left, Cessna 204, Lima Echo.
November 79201, runway 19, cleared for the option.
Yeah,
Runway 19,
it is definitely magical. So we're going to keep this nice and high due to these clouds. And just pull the power off. Let's do a little landing check. Let's get the mixture in. We've got the lights are all still on. Cutoff is good. And just chuck it at the runway.
Kelly Green, United 1903, Charlie
Yeah,
7,
this looks
taxi
good.
with Victor.
This is
United
cool.
1903, Los Angeles ground, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie 7, Bravo.
25 right via Charlie 7 and Bravo, United 1903.
But see, Nate, the thing is, if it wasn't free, it wouldn't be magical. All right, we're gonna have to slip her in.
Short final runway 26 left.
I love the reflections of the sun. That's so cool. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, you're gonna have a blast once you get the
500.
the cross country stuff going.
7 Kilo Charlie, Mount Soledad.
Number 7 Kilo Charlie, thanks. Cleared to enter San Diego Bravo airspace and a right downwind, runway 27.
The callouts are 4-flight.
Clear to enter Bravo, enter right downwind for 27, report midfield, Cessna 7 Kilo Charlie.
Oh yeah. This is the runway I landed on my check ride.
John Wayne clearance, Arrow 6136 Juliet, IFR to Burbank. Looking for a clearance.
Number 6136
Sweet.
Juliet, John Wayne clearance, code to the Burbank Airport. Fly heading 220, vector Seal Beach, then it's 5. Maintain 2000, expect 4000, 10 minutes.
Thank you,
after
bird girl.
Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 3653 and hold off on your readback. Break Delta 621, connect Las Vegas departure.
Departure, Delta 621.
November 6136 Juliet, go ahead with the readback.
November 6136 Juliet, cleared to Burbank. Runway, or takeoff and fly heading 220, then vectors to SLI, then as filed. Climb maintain 2000, expect 4000, 10 minutes. 128.1 for the frequency and squawk 3653.
November 6136 Juliet, readback correct.
Long Beach Tower, Cessna 204 Lima Echo, clear 26. We're parked at the southwest hangars.
November 204 Lima Echo, taxi to parking via Foxtrot, remain on this frequency. Good night.
Foxtrots to parking, we'll stay with you. Cessna 204 Lima Echo. So. Etymology Gaming, thank you very much for following. Welcome.
76 Quebec, holding short of 30 for a northeastern departure.
So that is a Delta. It is probably the most common for training. I picked this airport because it's a Delta that should be a Charlie airport. Long Beach is... the city of Long Beach has been actively trying to stop that classification. Long Beach has the operations to be a Charlie airport, but they've been stopped because of the connotation that the city thinks that has. Ontario is the other way around. Ontario does not have enough operations to maintain its Charlie status. So they're trying to get as many operations as possible. But the reason that I picked Long Beach as the Delta that we went to is just to show you that even though it's a big airport, has, you know, crossing runways, is busy with airline traffic, has a lot of training out of it, the actual, it's still a Delta. So the size, the busyness of the airport doesn't necessarily dictate the type of airspace and how easy or hard it is to navigate or communicate at. So even though this is a Delta, this would be a very busy Delta. So if you're hesitant to join PilotEdge, or if you're hesitant with the radio calls, Deltas are the most common airspace. This is a really busy one, but it's still just a Delta. And it's still exactly like you would, in the middle of Ohio, and you've got just Deltas, dotted all across the country. You handle it no differently at Long Beach. And the same goes for a Charlie airport. You handle it the same way, it's just you're calling one extra frequency. So don't be intimidated by the size of the airport or the classification of the airport. They all follow the same principles, and it's super fun. So that is a uncontrolled airport that we started at, a transition through a Delta, and that was on with the tower. That was a tower controlled transition, and then we were no radio contact, monitoring guard, through, by a Charlie, a TFR, underneath a Bravo, over another Delta, into a Delta airport. So a very complicated flight in terms of the airspace that we were in proximity with. But if you know where to put the plane, you can make it real easy. This is where the stream dropped out. And then you can make it, it is very easy. And I find talking with air traffic controller makes it that much easier, because you don't have to think about any of that. If we were on with SoCal, I would pick an altitude 2,500 feet probably, and then just go direct to Long Beach and wouldn't think about it. But just to kind of show you within the SoCal airspace what a uncontrolled to Delta looks like. So now that we're done with leg number 2, let's get ready for leg number 3.